Hello, this is Mish from Downtime Distraction, having a first look at Cubixx HD. So this game's coming out 29th of January and it's developed by Laughing Jackal. So before I get into some gameplay, put the subscription button bottom left hand corner, please subscribe, it helps us out. And let's jump into some gameplay, let's get into it. Okay, so this is level 6 as you can see. So let me just give you the basic overview. So this is the cube we need to kind of destroy. So you need to remove, the target bottom right hand corner is 60%, right? So you got to remove the surface area by that much, and you need to stay alive, so you can be killed. So top left hand corner you see that's your lives, and bottom right hand corner is your score. And that gives you a little bit of information there as well. So the main guys to avoid are these squares that kind of move like snakes, you know, they almost look like they've got tails. You can't destroy them, you just got to avoid them. So you really need to move fast and hopefully predict which way they're going to go and destroy the land around them. Also you can see there is these guys here, flashing guys, they also destroy you as well, so you need to be wary of them. You can destroy those, the flashing spherical dots though, by doing something like this. So just say, okay, they're coming this way, so I'll go around you, there you go, and he's gone. He will come back, he will respawn, but for now he's gone. So also bear in mind, so the square snake beings can destroy, if they hit your laser they'll destroy you, and if they hit the tail that you leave behind they'll destroy that as well. So if I go like that, there we go, so that's an example there, and then you respawn and you've lost a life. So there are power-ups, that was one there flashing in the middle. The red ones are negative, green ones are positive for you, blue ones are for score. So yeah, there's one there. So if I go over that one, I'll collect him like that, and now I've slowed down quite a fair amount. I'll go and try and pick up that green one without dying. So as you can see, I'm nearly at my 60% goal. Got it. There we go. So I'm nice and quick now. Here you go, that one. Whoa! Look at him go. Oh, so fast that I died. But yeah, so it's a good look at the basics. I'll show you some levels further on, just so you get an idea of other mechanics which you'll be introduced to as you go on through the levels, as there's 50 levels in this arcade mode. So there we go, I'll finish this level and let's move on to the next one. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you a bit on this. So a couple of mechanics added into this bank of levels. The levels actually go in levels of 5, so level 1 to 5 are together, so if you die you go back to level 1. It's an interesting idea there. Something also to think about. So the start of every block of 5 levels is a bit of a tutorial and an introduction to the new mechanic. So with this block of levels you have the homers, so the black smoking things, they follow you around if you're on that surface and they'll slow you down, which is very annoying. When you start adding all the other mechanics to it, it really does affect you, and it can get you killed pretty easily. So what else we got on this one? So let's just, so he's on me now, so slowing me down, which ties in with the kind of timer you have per line you draw. So if I draw this line here, let me get to a good space, so following my line, there he goes, that will destroy me as well. So it's more of a mechanic to hurry you up, so you don't spend all day thinking about, well, which way should I go, this way, or this way. Also, with this level, you can see there's 2 squares going around, so 2 snakes, if you want to call them that. You can actually kill the pink one, or purple, so all you do is just cut them off, and it gets rid of them. But they can also kill you as well. So, actually that wasn't the guy that killed me that time, but anyway. So here we go. So there's a lot of little mechanics that you learn as you go along, because there's 50 levels, and every 5 you're getting something new. And with that as well, you're unlocking a whole bunch of other levels as well, which I'll show you shortly. let's just get past this level. Show you. The music's not too bad. It's I don't want to say it's dated, but don't hear much of this style of music anymore since maybe 2 years. But anyway, it's definitely quite a twitchy game. You know, it's puzzly because you got to think about it sometimes, but for the most part, it's just a reactional game. Oh, this is the 3D aspect is pretty cool though. Quite like that. Here we go. Always a bit of a risk there when you're trying to cut something off. Is it going to get you or not? This one's got a lot of space in it. A lot of real estate to clear up. I think I'll take that. Thank you. I'll go right across here. And slowing me down. There we go. So yeah, that's in essence a bit more of a complicated level. I'll just show you the level that I'm up to now with all its full mechanics, just to give you an idea of how crazy it's going to get. Okay, so here's level 19. So this has got a whole bunch of mechanics going on. So you got a new mechanic there, which is these asteroids which come down. Obviously, that gives you a bit of a couple seconds to try and avoid them. You've got the homers in there. You got 2 of them in each cube. You got the as well as the pickups. You have these I guess anti-pickups if you want. So they some of them do different things. I'll go through those after this. Just want to kind of show you. It starts getting pretty crazy when you get to this type of level. This one's not as bad as I thought it would be, so I might actually be able to do this. I'll try and cut that off there. Nice. And there's other things as well, which I didn't mention before, which you can combo. So I guess there's obviously a survival aspect to this game. You're trying to survive and actually beat the level, but you can also try and aim for a best score, because there's other modes which is score based, but you can still get good scores in here, and you can combo things. So that's done by drawing a line across multiple levels. So I can't really show you right now because I'm stuck in this area. I need to get out of here. Okay, there we go. I don't know if I'll be able to do it as... Yeah, there you go. So there was a combo there because I went over 2 lines. It wasn't easy to show because I was running for my life. So if I go over there, so there you go. See on the right hand side it now says Area 6 Combo 2. So you can combo up to 6 level, to 6 combos, because obviously you got 6 sides. So yeah, I mean it's fun, but let's get into all that gameplay and all the graphics and all that good stuff after this. I'll just show you when I die right in a second. I'll show you some of the power-ups you can pick up. I'll show you a list of the power-ups. I don't think I can do this level. I don't have enough. I've only got 1 life left now. And something to note too, I am playing on my Xbox controller. I tried on the keyboard and the menus are not nice on a keyboard. It feels a lot better on the controller. This game was previously released on the PlayStation 3 back in 2011. So it's, I don't know the exact story behind it, but obviously it's been ported across to for Steam, well, for PC. Oh, I got hit by asteroid. So this is the tutorial screen. The little noise that flicks up every now and again is him talking to you. So there is no, I guess the tutorial is like this. It's just text boxes, which is fine. It's fairly straightforward. So yeah, this is the power-ups you pick up. So there's green power-ups which have positive effect on you, blue power-ups which is for a score, and red which hinder the player. So example would be yeah, speed up power-ups. There's a shield, there's an extra life, so they're the positive ones. These ones are the not so the red ones. So it'll be slow down, asteroid attack, combo breaker, reverse things, kills the player. and obviously the score booster ones. But yeah, so they're the pickups you can pick up in this game. Okay, so I wanted to show you the different game modes. I think the best way to do this is just go over them in the tutorial, because it's mentioned here. So you have the arcade mode, which is the 50 levels. So that's almost a tutorial in itself, because it introduces you to all the mechanics one after another, and then as the levels go on, it kind of combines them. So it's a nice way to do it without making you sit through something for ages. So once you finish that, you probably go into the time attacks and the score attack. So the object of the time attack is to complete the level as quickly as possible. You have infinite lives, but if you die, you've added 10 seconds on. So that one's quite fun. That's the one I found the most fun. Score attack was interesting as well. So the object of the score attack is simple: get the highest possible score on a single level with a single life. Self-explanatory, right? Line attack is the object of a line attack is to score the most points from a single line in any level. That one's interesting too. So you're really trying to push the boundaries of trying to get the longest line without getting destroyed. A lot of risk with that one. Challenges, yeah, not really interested in this one. A series of single player challenges with interesting and varied objectives. Things like trying to keep the line number to a certain amount. So initially the ones I was doing, it was if you can complete the level with just using one line, you get platinum. If you get 2 lines, you get gold, and stuff like that. So I mean, you know, it's interesting if you're trying to complete the whole game. Deathmatch. This one is interesting. Split screen, multiplayer only game mode with several players competing on a single cube to destroy each other. That would be pretty cool. But you know, the chances of you getting 7 people to play the game all huddled around the screen, yeah, I think that's quite unlikely. But you know, you could still get a few people playing that, which will add some interesting components. Okay, so with that out of the way, I've shown you some gameplay. We've gone over the actual different mechanics in the game, and I've shown you all these different game modes that they have. So with that, let's just kind of sum up how I feel and how I find it, and what is it going to be worth the purchase. Before we get into the graphics and audio and gameplay, just want to, I guess, put that reminder out there. So this game has been out for many years, but it's been on a PlayStation. So it was out in 2011 on a PlayStation, and it's coming to Steam in January 2016. I'm not sure of the logic behind it. You know, it's not necessarily a negative thing. When it was released on the PlayStation, it was met with, I guess, a favourable reception, right? So it wasn't amazing, but then that was 5 years ago, right? Okay, so let's get into the graphics. Graphically, that ties in with this game being 5 years old. To me, it looks fine. I don't think it looks ugly at all. I just think it looks a bit bland. The assets, the laser looks good. All the little enemies going around, they all look fine. And in no stretch of the imagination am I saying it's an ugly game. I just think it's very elementary. You know, very simplistic. The background especially is quite simplistic. So for graphically, I'm just saying it's a pass. It's okay. Nothing amazing there. It does look like a dated game from 2011, which is ironic. So let's move on to audio. Audio, I find the sound generally quite good quality. The sound of the enemies in the laser, that all sounds fine. I think that's quite a good sound. The sound of the music is of a high quality as well. But I'm not sure if everyone's going to still be into the dubstep whoop 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 type of music anymore, as they were a couple of years ago. But you know, never know. I mean, I didn't mind it. It was alright. It's just that might annoy some people, because some people might be pretty over that now. So that's something to consider. If that music, you can hear the music when I'm playing. If that music's going to be annoying to you, you know, you might want to avoid it, because it seems to be that's what it's pretty much full of. So yeah, Audio, I'm saying it's not too bad. It would be good to have a bit more variety of music, but for me it was okay. This is all personal preference on that music though. Okay, just before I get into the gameplay, I wanted to put this out there that I used the keyboard initially and I found it very cumbersome in the menus and not the greatest in game. So I switched to my Xbox 360 controller and it works a lot better, as it's been in essence designed for a console. So I guess the keyboard is functional, but for me it was annoying. So if you don't have a controller and you get annoyed by stuff like that, bear that in mind. That is something that did annoy me. Okay, so on to the gameplay. The real pith of any game, the core to any game, is the gameplay. And this one, the control and the feel of it is pretty good. It's a pretty responsive game. The laser does what you want it. There is definitely depth to it. I think you could get some real, if you spend a lot of time on it, you could get some really high scores, and get some real skillful maneuvers going. You could figure out a lot of stuff with those combos, and trying to figure out the best routes to go. There's a lot to it, and there's an ample amount of content. There is 50 levels to start with, and then that unlocks all the score attacks, time attacks, all the other modes that I mentioned previously. So there is a lot of content there. My only concern with it is I found it repetitive to the point where after 2 hours I was pretty much done. I'm not saying I wouldn't go back to it. If I purchased this game and I didn't have anything else I wanted to play, I would probably go back to it. But still, I'm getting the feeling it is a bit repetitive. And even if you introduce the most bizarre mechanics in the next 30 levels, you're still firing a laser at a cube. So I don't think there's going to be anything mind-blowing that's going to come out at the latter levels. Sure, I mean, as I say, the gameplay is perfectly fine. It responds well. It's fun initially, but I just think it's repetitive. So for me, I'm going to give the gameplay an average kind of, yeah, it scrapes through because it responds well. It's functional, but yeah, it really depends on the price this game comes out as. I'm not sure at this current stage. Let me know in the comments below what the price is, and I might add some more feedback in the future on that. But yeah, just be wary of the price. If it starts getting up towards $10, I would question this game. For me, $10 is probably the limit. I would start to get annoyed if it was over that. So nothing wrong with it. It's functional. Graphically, it's okay. Audio is probably the outstanding component for me, as it was quite well delivered. Questionable if you don't like that music, obviously. Gameplay, it's okay. It's functional, but bordering on repetitive. So I'll leave it there. Let me know how you find it if you get it. Let me know if this is helpful for you, if this is good feedback, and things that I can improve on. And give me a like and subscribe, it really helps us out. And we'll see you next time.